belong in the world. That's what it is. Something separates me
Hiya,
from
ding
other-
dongs, and welcome back to the Flux Film Society. I keep saying it wrong on every single episode, so I'm sorry about that. But I wanted to introduce you to my friend, Melissa Sapienza. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, perfect. We've known each other for a long time, but I don't think I've ever said her name out loud, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're in Clown.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. So me and Melissa met because I was in her city and I was like, I need something to do. And I wanted to go to the Andy Warhol Museum. And she met me there and we had such a great time. And then we worked together on the Barn 3 as well. And we see each other at conventions all the time. And yeah, so welcome.
Yay! Yeah, it feels like it's been longer than it has.
Yeah.
Us like getting to know each other. Time is such a weird thing, but no, it's been great connecting with you and, getting to know you and gaining a friend.
Absolutely. Same with you. And I went on a deep dive and watched a bunch of your movies and I have notes.
Lovely.
Just yesterday and today. So I watched Spirit Board by Shawn
Mhm.
Wright. I also watched Crackula by Brad Twigg, who's amazing. That was so good. I got to get to it. And then I watched The Monster Among Us by Jason Burke, and that was fucking scary, dude. Like I was just in the bathtub and I just put it on and I was like not expecting it to be actually like I clutched my pearls. I didn't have any pearls on. I didn't have anything on, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
You were so good in that. But let's
Thank you.
start with Spirit Board. So first of all, I have that seal pillow that you were like holding in the movie.
The best part is, like, I brought it because I was staying on set, and it's super comfy. Like, it is the best, like, animal pillow ever. And Shawn was super cool about, like, my character having it just be a part of her, so that was kinda cool.
No, dude, that thing is the squishiest, most comfy thing in the world. You can get them on Amazon. If you're interested in this seal
Mhm.
pillow, I will put it in the information below because
It's
it's
comfy.
actually fantastic. It's like a squishmallow, but
Mhm.
like better. And it's just like this bloated seal. And it's
Yes.
amazing. So like okay, so the whole movie was very good. Like I was very impressed with it. Your part, you were like the star. Like I
Oh,
love I
stop.
mean, everybody was so good, but like I thought your performance was a standout performance. Also, Hunter was great. Like everybody was so good in the whole thing, and I love how random the nudity was.
Right? Right?
It was like I was like when I think was it Katie is her character name, whenever she's like throws the blanket off of her and she's so pissed and she's jumping out of bed. Do you know who
Oh,
I'm talking about?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she was she was buck naked. And I was
Right?
like, oh, I was just like, I just wasn't in like expecting it, but I love a random nude moment rather than like a over sexualized nude
Yeah,
moment.
'cause I mean, it's a thing. People sleep naked,
Mm-hmm.
so it's, normalizing it.
It's normalizing nudity, and I am here for
Yes.
that always. So where was the shot?
This was shot, in Maryland, um, a little ways from the Baltimore area, but yeah, it was in an Airbnb, nice little place, and I don't quote me, but I believe it was the same house that the Night of the Axe was filmed in.
Wow.
Shawn Wright's, other film that he did.
That's super cool. I love to Donald Farmer always gets the same Airbnb and we always shoot in the same one, but I love it. it's like got plenty of room, so it's never
Mhm.
like it doesn't look the same or anything. But I love it because he's already communicated with this Airbnb owner and he knows
Yeah.
that they're comfortable with us filming, you know? Because
Yeah, and
we've gotten kicked out before.
oh, geez. Well, and that even like, not only finding people that are willing to work with filmmakers, but if you are a director and can utilize the same place in multiple ways, it's basically like just telling different stories and being able to make that space still feel new with
Yeah.
the new story. So,
So
kudos.
the part that was shot that was supposed to be in the 1920s, was that also shot in the Airbnb? Do you know?
I believe, some of it, yes, and then I think some of it was off-site, just at a different location. Cause movie magic.
Movie magic, of course.
Movie
I'm
magic.
so nosy about movie magic, but I really like that part because, like, whenever they usually do flashbacks, they they like over put the grainy in it, and it's like it was just the perfect amount. And
Yeah,
it was like whenever you're looking back in time, it's not all of a sudden a different colorscape and graininess. It's like
right.
it was really a time. Like it's realistic. So I love that. Also, the my favorite second character besides you was the guy who played Tony, and
Yeah,
he got his fingers chopped off. That was like,
yeah, yeah, Johnny, yeah.
tell me about Johnny because he's hilarious.
So that was actually, not only his first role, but, Motaka's is also. So the main cast was a seasoning of old blood and new blood, which made, set I mean, a learning experience for everybody, but it was a nice vibe. But, no, Johnny, he is full of life, full of energy. And he really wanted to make sure he was doing his best. So even like in between takes, he was asking everybody like, "How was that? I felt like that one was good. I'm gonna try it different this time. Do you think we need to try it this way?" Like trying to be super thorough. But no, he's really excited to find more sets to be on.
I I was like, oh my God, I hope this guy is in more movies because he is freaking hilarious. Like his comedic timing, like I don't. It's not, like you make horror movies, they're not meant to be comedic, but there's
Right, right.
comedic parts of them, and the timing of just everything that he was saying was so good. Like I just wanted to highlight Johnny because
Yes.
he was amazing in the character of Tony. And then okay, so what I was most excited about in the movie is that there were the shots where they like all of a sudden it would like go wiki wonky and it would like all of a sudden like zoom in and it's like a mist and it's a color. It was
Oh,
so Are You Afraid of the Dark?
oh, absolutely, and the amount of fog that was being used on set, I was literally huffing fog because I was so excited to smell it. Oh, it was great.
I actually love the smell of fog
Oh,
machines.
yeah.
Is
Mm,
that legal? Like, are we
I don't
supposed to sniff that?
I mean, it has to be okay to some degree. It's typically in places that are enclosed for the most part. So, I mean, fog responsibly?
Fog responsibly, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, fog responsibly. That can mean so many things. Um,
Right?
the special effects makeup, I just want to talk about that for a minute. Who did that?
Oh my goodness, I feel horrible right now because my brain is slipping
It's
and they
okay.
were amazing. Um, I will give you that name and we can slip it in there. But
Oh
oh my
no,
goodness.
I'll put it below. I'll just edit
Yeah,
it in. So this let me
beautiful.
tell you about the special effects makeup, guys. First of all,
Yes.
it was so good. Like the character that is like there's like a ghost person that's come from the 1920s and he's, in this house and it's the same house and all this. But the makeup on him was super amazing. And then the makeup with the disjointed head, like everything looked
Yes.
so good. Like I was so impressed with the special effects because I've been on so many sets of my own, not my own, like I made them, like I'm not a filmmaker yet. But you know, like it's like sometimes they kind of skimp on the special effects, but there was no skimping.
So it's Jade. Her name is Jade Figueroa.
Okay, Jade Figueroa, you did an amazing job. Like I was so was Jade like friends with Shawn? Like, because I've never
I
met Jade.
Me neither. And so her company is Necro Effects. It's her own her own business, and from my understanding, I think this was the first time that Necro Effects was on um a set with Shawn Wright. From my understanding, but she really came and delivered.
Yeah.
She was prepared, like all of her prosthetics. She wanted to stick to a timeline, like making sure makeup was getting done, that the actors were in a chair at a certain point and ready at another point. Like very professional and very nice.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. And then I also want to so there's these mirror shots, guys, where Hunter Redfern was in the mirror and who else did a mirror shot? Oh, the main character, like where what's her name? Is it Katie? Like is the character's name Katie? The woman that blopped her
Yes.
shirt off.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so they have this like moment in the mirror where they're like transforming or being possessed, I think. And it was very like the last scene of Twin Peaks when Bob gets into Agent Cooper. I don't know if that was the inspiration, but I just thought this is very Twin Peaksy vibes whenever that happened.
Yeah,
I
and
was
even between that and kind of circling back to your traditional, like, are you the afraid of the dark, or even looking at like Tales from the Crypt and those kind of transformations that you would see in those shorts. Like it's very like 90s horror nostalgic.
Yeah, I thought I was definitely feeling the 90s nostalgic horror vibes. And then my boyfriend Andrew, he said that he felt like it was super Evil Dead inspired, but I haven't
I
seen
can
Evil
see
Dead in
that.
so long, I don't remember.
The way that the possessed characters were very antagonizing and, just mocking and belittling. It's very Evil Dead, so I could definitely see that for sure.
I think now I need to do like a rewatch of like the Evil Dead
Mhm.
franchise for
Yeah.
sure. So
Those demons like to poke the Deadites like to poke the bear a lot and, like, kinda play with their food kinda thing.
well, I don't know. I thought it was fantastic. It reminded me of like like a 90s kids show in a way, like, you know, Are You Afraid of the Dark, but with extreme gore and
Mhm.
titties.
Oh, yeah, there's no why didn't Are You Afraid of the Dark have more titties?
I can't imagine why.
Someone needs to, I mean, kind of we already have this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. If somebody can make an Are You Afraid of the Dark, but making it, like, 18 plus, so then it's like, you know,
I would love that.
campfire side titties.
Okay, so that's the title, and we're gonna be in it. I would love
Oh.
that. So I also watched Crackula, and
Yes.
oh my God, dude, that was, I think, it's like my favorite movie I've seen this year. Like, the intro was
Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah.
You played 2 characters, dude. That's like my dream.
Yeah. No, that I will say, like, Crackula was definitely not only um, a blast to perform both characters, but just very fulfilling. Like, the set the on-set vibes were great, the cast and crew were great, and, I got to be challenged in new ways, and in indie horror, filming style, this wasn't by choice, but it worked.
Well, your character of Peaches was
Mhm.
I don't so is Peaches a trans man, or is it just in like because there's a moment where there was a something thrown
Yeah.
and I don't know where it came from. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but I'll say it.
Oh, so the way that Brad explained how I needed to portray Peaches, so it was me literally acting like a man, just, not even looking at it as, um, being trans. It's more of the drag style kind of going into, like, drag king vibes. But totally, like, I was wearing, James Bell's I threw as a weapon was literally just itinerary I had in my pocket for fun times. Um, but,
Yes.
have you ever seen the movie, Shrunken Heads?
Mm-mm. I
Okay,
haven't.
so there is a character named Big Mo, and it is played by a female actress portraying a man, where you can definitely tell there's still, like, it's a woman playing this, but they're still delivering that male energy. So I think it's more so, like I said, the drag king aspect of it.
Well, Peaches was phenomenal. Where did Peaches get those silver cowboy boots?
That would be a wonderful story for or a question for Mr. Brad Twigg. I'm guessing it was probably like Shein or Amazon. But we had a lot of fun piecing together the multiple outfits that that man had.
Yeah,
I
no,
think he had the
Peaches
most
was
outfit
styling.
changes.
So, and then your other character was a vampire hunter, which is so
Mm,
freaking cool. And you got to wear your hair, which was green at the time, and
yeah.
like it looked very alt. So it was like such a difference of having this alt look, femme look, and then your Peaches, this dude, that is running a brothel and pissed that, Dracula is stealing all of his women. The whole thing was absurd in the best way. Tim
Absolutely.
Hale, wow. I've
Yeah.
seen him in Crackoon, but that was a hell of a performance.
He really not only he, co-wrote that script with Brad, but, like, he has said multiple times, that he was essentially born to play Dracula in some form or fashion in his life because he's always had a passion for Dracula and vampires, and so he did a lot of research while, not only creating the character, but, just making the script, making sure that there are tones of, actual, like, vampire history in there and different lores. So he really put his whole heart and soul into this project, and
Yeah,
you could tell.
actually, Andrew was pointing out some of the lore that I didn't really catch.
Mhm.
I'm a vampire fan, but I guess I'm not like a deep diver on the vampire lore, but he was pointing out different things that I thought was super interesting. So I can tell that if Tim was the one that kind of came up with the character and, developed it, I can tell that he would put a lot of research into it.
Yes, for sure.
That was fantastic. So the tampon at the strip club,
Yes.
bro, let me tell you guys. So was a choice, and I loved it. Like,
Drink some Kool-Aid. I don't know. Have a Cabernet. Is that a red wine? Cabernet?
yeah, it is.
Wow, there you go. Look, I'm fancy. But yeah, don't do it.
Dude, that took my breath away. I was so excited for that. And then, okay, so the Carly scene, first of all, I just want to say, like, I'm so happy, random, okay, that I
Yeah.
watched these movies because it was so fun seeing you and my friends that I made in indie horror, like, actually doing these roles. And I don't know, it was a blast. And I'm so glad that because I've been wanting to watch Crackula for so long. But okay, so Carly's scene when there's like an umbilical cord that comes out
Yes.
of a teeth a teeth
Like the puppeteering and the practical effects that became were just that this is why I love like creature features, because it's so weird. Like, who thinks of this stuff?
well, obviously Brad
Somebody.
Twigg and Tim Hale thought of it. Also the teeth and the breasts.
Yes. The
Ah.
areola titties.
I feel like
The
that that there's, like, that fear of seeing holes in skin or whatever.
Yeah.
That kind
Yeah.
of activated that for me. I don't know what
Oh,
that's called.
really?
Yeah,
Well,
because I was like,
yeah, I
"That is
guess.
gross." Like, it's like a
That would
nipple
be
opening up and then having teeth, and then it's also eating you or just getting
yes.
or g sucking your blood?
Sure. I mean, I think eating, consuming of any sort, sucking, but yeah, getting sucked on by toothed areolas, that would be a way to go.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm here for it, especially if I go into a strip club and that is what is happening. Like, I feel like I've gotten my money's worth for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the special effects was like you said, the practical effects were freaking amazing. Do you know who did those?
Um, a lot of the effects were done by Ron George, and I helped a little bit. I didn't do as much as him, but yeah, he did. Between him and you know how indie film is. Anybody that can help run something. So like between like Chris Ridings and um Chad and yeah, just the whole crew. They all helped wherever they can, whether it be hitting a fog button to, pushing a pump or whatever needed done. But yeah, a lot of it was Ron George.
Well, but you had to build like those teeth, right? Like somebody had to make those to put on the.
Yes. Brad ordered those. We can figure out the artist that he got those from, but yeah, an artist did the areolas, did the back, and I believe the tentacles as well.
Yes, the should be mentioned of Dracula's. That it was very trauma, like,
Yes, and
and
massive. It's so massive, like literally, like
yeah, I'm sure that it was, a defining moment for Tim to have a humongous monster, which is awesome. Like, congratulations, Tim.
right.
I want one too.
And
Love it.
Transylvania cock sucks you.
Well, his accent, like the Transylvanian accent, like it was so good, and
Mhm.
I feel like whenever I do accents, like sometimes they drop. Unfortunately, like I'm trying my best to keep them up and keep them consistent,
Yeah.
but there was never a drop in the accent. Like he did such a phenomenal job.
No, he did great. I know, like, for myself, I was struggling so hard with Peaches. Oh my gosh. But, no, he was able to like, he even still does. If you see him at a convention, he will just sit there and talk to you like Dracula and just be able to stay there. It's just like if I don't, you method acting, Tim? Is that what's going on?
Maybe, he's into that kind of that flavor tea, We don't know. But no, I thought that was phenomenal. And so which character was your favorite to play?
It would have to be Peaches. Mainly because it definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone. Not saying that, Corey wasn't challenging. Like, I felt like it was still nice to play her because of the polar opposite that she was of Peaches. But I feel like it was easier for me to slide into this ambitious go-getter that doesn't know what the hell she's doing, you know? Whereas, Peaches, it was a whole, like, how am I gonna move my body? And how is this pimp gonna handle himself? And then on top of doing the makeup myself, I did do, um, the transformation in between characters, um, doing all the male makeup and putting on the beard and stuff, so
Oh, wow. I didn't know that you
Uh-huh.
could even do that. I mean, obviously you're very skilled at makeup as we can see right now. You look
Yeah,
great.
thank you. But yeah, it was some practice. The first time I painted myself as a man, I said that I was, David Arquette from Temu. I don't know how we got there, but it happened. But, I was able to figure out a way to get some kind of male structure out of this, and it was probably like a 40-minute process to go from Corey to Peaches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it was fantastic. You looked
Oh,
great.
thank you.
I don't think I could ever play a man. Like that was so it was it's like did you walk around? Like what was your process? Did you walk around town like pretending to be a man so you could get this in your body or like how did you like arrive at being able to play a man?
So, I think it hit more when I started playing with makeup. When I had the makeup on or if I had the beard on, like, at least if my head was complete, it was easy for me to kinda slide in and kinda get, like, the practicing of, like, the man and, like, getting the bitches vibe. I did that more so at home and, like, harassing my husband with it because he was like, "No, no."
As they do.
Yes, yeah. I'm like, "Kiss me, baby," and he's like, "No, not the mustache." But, and this as weird as it sounds, so, getting the suit on and because the outfits were so extra, then, like, Peaches had to be extra too on top of what was already going on, but, when Ron George said that he had some body parts, and I'm like, "Listen, if you have anything I can put in my briefs, I think that would be super helpful," and he just happened to have a James Bell piece of I shoved that in there and, like, it changed my posture, and, like,
Wow.
in between takes, I was just, like, thrusting the air constantly, just making it move. Um, we had too much fun.
So James Bell.
No, like, that is definitely some commitment there, and I wanna know how many he sold so far, like, how many of your own
I have 3 of James Bell's because we use them in Scream Queen's Weenie Roast by
Love
Donald
it.
Farmer, and I actually pitched the idea because I was at Cinema Wasteland, and I was like, "Donald, we need, like, realistic looking appendages that look like they've been ripped off." I was like, "This guy, James Bell, he's here. I've already got one that I just bought for fun, like, a couple years ago." I was like, "Do you want me to get 2 more?" And he's like, "Yeah, get them." So, yeah.
Nice.
I got plenty of James Bell up in my house. I love it.
That needs to be a bumper sticker.
Plenty of James Bell
Up in my house, up
up
in my
in my
house.
house. That's so awesome. He's such a cool guy. His whole family is cool. Like whenever you see them at conventions, they're just really cool people and they make amazing prosthetics that people like all of our friends pretty much use his things that he makes in their movies. So it's
Yeah.
like it's awesome for sure.
Yeah.
So the next one I watched, this is a short film and it's called The Monster Among Us and it's by Jason Burke. And he just like slid into my comments today and he was like, "Hey, can I send this? Is there enough time?" And I was like, "Sure." Because it's a short, you know, so I watched it
Mhm.
while I was in the bathtub and it was so scary. Like I don't know what I was expecting. First of all, the acting was very on point. Like everybody was so realistic. Like you know, Jason himself played the one of the main characters and I had never seen him act before and I was really really impressed with that. And then also who played his girlfriend and then you pop up, bitch. What? Like, I was just like, I was not expecting that. I don't know what direction I thought it was gonna go in,
Yeah.
but you were so scary. Was that fun?
It was so fun. I believe that is the first non-speaking role that I've had. And so I was really relying heavily on face work. Yes. I mean, the amount of times that I've heard that I'm so animated, like I had to pull through and do that. But no, the Willow was a lot of fun to help create. Jason had this idea for a character and was really excited to share her with me, and we worked together on the whole design. So he gave me a lot of creative freedom to uh design the makeup and the costuming. And so yeah, the Willow's kind of my baby.
So you did the makeup and the costuming as well?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
That's very impressive.
Thank you.
That was really, really that
Thank
was
you.
so like you guys, I don't know because he said not to share the link, so I can't give you the link to the short, but
Right.
I don't know where it's going to be. But whenever this is available, it's a must see and it's only 8 minutes long. So like everybody can commit to that. But as soon as you popped up, I knew who you were. I was like, that's I don't want to say. I don't want to give it
Oh, yeah.
away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, because he mentions something in the opening conversation and I was like, "Oh, I know what this is. This is amazing."
Mhm.
But I did not expect this like the moment where you mimed a stab and then her guts fell out. I literally almost drowned in the bathtub because those guts look so real.
Yeah, those were oh my goodness. So I have some intestines, like some do, right? I used to help operate an escape room, and these intestines were a part of the escape room experience, and, um a parting gift was taking a couple entrails with me, before we had to close up. So, they are pieces that I am so happy that I still get to continue to play with, and they worked out really well, other than they're very heavy. They're very heavy, so once they get blood on them, they're, like, super slippery, and they just, like, bleh.
They looked like blit, like
They look like bleh, but
because
no, they're a lot of fun to play with.
they looked really real. Like I was like,
Mhm.
where did these come from? Oh my God.
Yep.
And you had them.
I had them. I had them, just random intestines that used to live in a barrel, and now they're mine and hang out in my spooky room on top of my stuffed giraffe.
Well, I love that. I love that you had that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And I love it that like in indie horror, we get to be able to lend what we have to the
Yes.
projects. Like I can bring lights, like I can bring so many different things
Mhm.
and help out. Like it's like not only are you hiring Melissa as an actress, but you're also hiring Melissa as a makeup artist, you know, you can do makeup. You have intestines
I
randomly.
have intestines.
You need to put that on your resume if it's not already on there.
And where you can put, like, provided equipment or things that you have in your inventory. Yeah, just like 2 pairs of intestines.
Yeah,
Don't you have that in your kit?
I don't. I wish I did, really, because that was
Right?
that moment was so intense. Like, I just couldn't believe it. So, I also wanna ask you about clowning.
Mm.
I'm so glad that you showed up in clown because I wanted to ask you, like, why did you start clowning? How did it happen? How did you get so good at the makeup? Tell us.
I think, a lot of it stems from I've liked clowns throughout my life, like childhood. At one point, I was offered to go to clown school. I think I was around 12 or 13. Um, can't remember why it didn't happen. I was probably being stupid and wasn't allowed to anymore. I don't know. Anyways, so I've always liked clowns and appreciated like the aesthetics of clowns and you know, obviously I like myself like a scary clown, but I do enjoy fun, loving clowns cuz I mean, they're there to make you smile and make you laugh and make you feel good, be silly. And I guess part of that maybe I kind of see in myself too, but I honestly I started most of my clowning working for a haunted attraction
Oh,
and realized I enjoyed playing clown because I felt like I could really hit an over exaggeration caricature of myself and kind of use it almost as a way of like therapeutic release. And, because my face moves the way it does, it's a lot of fun to be able to use that to my advantage. Um, and I am lucky enough to have people that wanna work with me that encourage this kind of behavior. So here I am
I love
after
that.
working with toddlers all day, coming home to beat my face for Miss Jessa.
I appreciate it. No, it's like you're my clown brethren. Like, I'm
Yes.
also a clown. I felt called to clowning from childhood. Like, my
Mhm.
first performance ever was as a clown in this like kindergarten play. And
Aw.
I just had this moment that I felt so like, I came out. I'm very shy, like, a lot of people don't know that, but, like, I'm actually, like, super shy, and when I was a kid, it was actually painful. It was, like it, like, literally hurt my skin to even, like, be in front of anybody. It was so bad, and so I came out as this clown, and I accidentally fell, and I did this somersault flip-flop thing on accident, and everybody and I it's like I fell backwards, and I did this, like, basically the worm out of it.
Nice.
Like, came up on my shoulders with my legs in the air, and then I flip-flopped, and I did the worm out of it because I was like, "I'm falling. The best thing is to do is to make this super physical and just make it funny." And so, when I did that, all these people started laughing, and so I continued with this, like, clown movement throughout the, like, little performance because we were doing a circus, and I was like, "I have a
Yeah.
clown costume. I'll be a clown," you know? I thought that'd be easy. And, you know, I was, like, committed at that point. Like, my shyness completely gone. Like, I was just like, "This is feels so good. This is what I wanna do my whole life," and that's how I became a performer, which
Mhm.
that leads me to the question, how did you become a performer?
I have been on stages or performing probably since I was 8. Started off in a church choir. How about that?
Love that.
And even before that, I would just be, singing or lip syncing to Spice Girls music and making music videos with, my godbrother, with his giant ass camcorder and a strobe light. So, I feel like I've always been a performer. before I knew I was even one, and, I mean, I was always in choir, ensemble, I took voice lessons, I did musicals, I did marching band, like,
Wow.
I was always doing some kind of performance, and so, even after school was done, it kind of pivoted to more of just, like, costuming and cosplay, which is still a type of performing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, just the commitment is it's not as, strenuous, but I started doing that, which led to haunt acting, which led to, indie films.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how did you specifically get into indie horror? Because
Mhm.
I feel like everybody's pathway into indie horror is
Yeah,
so different. So, like, how were you approached? Like, how did you get your first role? Tell me about it.
sure. Well, I mentioned about, doing cosplay, and I taught myself makeup. I taught myself, some simple budget-friendly special effects, from, like, zombie flash and, just things like that, and sharing my makeup online. Somebody that I knew from school saw a posting that somebody was trying to finish an indie film and they needed special effects person. They thought, "Hey, this might be a good fit. Why don't you reach out to them?" And so it was for The Sideling Hill by Nathan Hine, and I showed him what I had. I'm like, "Listen, I'm budget friendly. I do the I am self-taught, so what you see is what you get kind of thing."
Yeah.
And, I was hired to recreate a head wound prosthetic and just help with overall effects. So, even preparing for that and being on set, like, I was still learning a lot, but because of that, I met, my buddy Darren Ricci, who you've worked with Crackoon, um, and he was also in Death Board, and, he gave my information to Brad, and Brad and I connected, and Death Board was my first feature in 2019, 2020. So and it's just gone on from there.
That's awesome. So we've been acting about the same length of time. I didn't realize that. I
Oh,
thought you had
wow.
been, yeah, I thought you had been acting way longer.
Oh, no, 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 no. I spent a big chunk of my life, being a mom, like, first, and because, hey, teen pregnancy. Um,
Support
but
it.
woo! So, no, I had to be a mom at, 17, and
Wow.
yeah, and, I married early and had 2 more kids, and I had full-time job, it was kids, full-time job, home, and didn't really feed that creative side, um, until my brain broke, and then I think that was kind of a way to say, "Hey, you gotta kind of do a little bit for yourself too." Like, yes, you need to be a mom, you need to do these things, you need to be supportive, but also don't forget about you, and that's when I started kind of tinkering and diving into the cosplaying and the costuming and the acting.
That's amazing. I do think creativity is totally a form of self-care, even though this is our jobs and we get,
Mhm.
hopefully paid for the stuff that we
Right.
do. You get it. But like
Yes.
with that said, it's also like really validating. Like I feel like
Mhm.
whenever I get to play a role, like whatever it is, it feels therapeutic. Like just to
Yeah.
step into someone else's like feet like eyes, like to see through their eyes, to walk through their shoes, you know what I mean, to put on their pants. It's just like I feel so much better at the end of the
Yeah.
day because I get to like I don't have to be myself. I know that sounds weird, but it just feels so good to not be yourself sometimes.
No, I think I say that w a lot probably more than I should. But no, in a way, like, I think there was a post a while ago that I just had on super light, like, clown makeup, and you might have commented on it at one point, and I said, like, "Why does it feel like I need to put clown makeup on to feel pretty?" You know, like, it's a way that I've learned to appreciate myself, and then that appreciation starts sticking after the makeup comes off, but it, comes with practice and, you know
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Like whenever I do clown makeup, I feel even though like I just recently did a clown movie and I think I'm going to go back and film some more for it and I'm really excited. But it's called Cult of the Clown. It's about a clown
Ooh,
cult and
yes.
I slowly get taken in and kind of transformed into what I've always wanted to be, which is a psycho. And the makeup that I did was like very influenced by the Anna Nicole Smith breakdown moment where she does clown makeup. I don't know if you know what
Mhm.
this is, but like I kind of did like the same shapes. It wasn't the same colors, but the same shapes as her. And
Yeah,
I was like, because it's supposed to be like I'm having a breakdown, you know? But even in that makeup, I felt so pretty.
yeah.
Like I don't know. Clown is is such a great art form and there's so many different kinds of clowns. There's drag clowns, there's kids clowns, there's scary clowns. There's sexy clowns. There's
Mm.
so many different kinds of clowns and they're all so cool.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of this, how about a couple years ago? I've told this story like 5 million times, but I can't get over it. I accidentally joined a clown fetish Facebook group. Yeah. So, I believe it was hear me out. I saw a friend was on this thing, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Oh, this is cute. They're cute clowns." Because, like, again, I think that clown makeup and the costuming is very aesthetically pleasing.
Mhm.
I like the craftsmanship behind it. I was looking at it from such a naive lens. Then my husband points out, "Babe, you're in a clown fetish group?" And I'm like, "No." And he said, "Babe, it's called Honk Heaven." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're cute clowns." He goes, "Babe, the admin's name is the clown."
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, I was like, I felt so dumb, but it's hilarious because, like, I honestly, I was just like, "They're cute clowns. I wasn't thinking that
Yeah.
honk."
I understand like it's a fetish for some people, but like I think people
Yeah,
assume that it is a fetish for me just because like I have an and stuff and like I've done
yeah,
pictures in clown for that, for that kind of content. But it's more just cuz it just made me feel pretty. It's not like
yeah,
it made me feel I don't know, like that it like what how fetishes make you feel. It's not like that
right.
for me. Like I just like the
No,
way being in clown feels. I will perform for anybody. I have a million puppets over here. Also, that leads me to my most important question is tell me about your interest in the Muppets because we love Muppets together. And I just want to touch on that because I don't meet a lot of people that love the Muppets as much as I do.
yeah, and it's one of those situations too where looking back, because 'cause I'm like, "Why all of a sudden," like, it hit me like a train, but, like, looking back, I've always liked the Muppets. I had, like, I remember having a Muppet like, a Kermit the Frog, cake. I remember watching, like, Muppet Babies and watching The Muppet Show, and Muppets Christmas Carols is, like, one of my favorite Christmas movies ever, and, um, it really started like, knocking at my door again when, Brian and I were planning our wedding, and we're like, "Well, we wanna do something that is not, just your typical wedding, like, we wanna have fun with it, we don't wanna just stay plain old traditional," and we're, like, trying to think of ideas, and I'm like, "Babe, what if we do a Muppet wedding?" And, like, diving back into the world of Jim Henson, I like, rediscovered how much I love them, and then like, just again, just deep dive, like, not I wanna say obsession, but just love for them, and now people reference me as the human Muppet, um, and that was even, like, a complete separate situation, but yeah, I think it was just something I was meant to love.
I think you are the human Muppet, and I feel like you should get a scary puppet for your clown thing.
Listen, I really want to get another puppet. We do have one. It was our officiant for the wedding. His name is Mo. He's orange. He's got this long nose. But my good friend Christine Mancini, who also does film, um, she was our officiant and handled the puppet behind a pretty curtain, and it was so cute. So
That
cute.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Yeah, no, I love puppets in general. I don't know why. It's just like I love the idea. I think it's because I didn't have any friends as a kid, so I was really like putting like whole backstories into my dolls and stuff and like just moving them around like puppet like,
Yeah.
because I wanted it to be, I don't know, my imagination was so big whenever I was growing up because I'm an only child. Nobody was really born in the family. My mom had me really young as well. And there was nobody else in the family that was my age. I was hanging out with my great grandparents. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was just like, I had to come up with my own fun. And so I just came up with all these different characters in these dolls and things. And now I'm so excited that I get to like explore puppets because I can do whatever I want because I'm an adult.
Yeah. Right? But I do like the idea of adding some puppetry with, Calliope, the
Oh, is that your
the clown.
clown
So
name?
yeah, so her name is Calliope. Um, that was kind of founded a couple years ago. It was during a haunt night, and a little kid, because I was just running around doing, line work, and the kid's like, "Well, what's your name?" And I'm like, I stopped, and I was being super dramatic about it because I had to be, and was like, "Wait a minute." I'm like, "I don't have a name." And so I was running around asking people what my name should be. And then, an actor that was manning a giant zombie puppet, his name's, Jared Juice, and he helped me find Calliope because I was talking to him as Donnie of the Dead, the zombie that was in a box, and we're talking, and he's like, "What about Calliope? That sounds very, like circusy, like carnival-like." And I'm like, "Let me think on that for a minute," and it stuck.
It's
So,
very Muppety as well.
yeah.
I love that. So my first Halloween costume, nobody knows this. This is top secret information, is I was
Mm.
Kermit.
Oh, man.
So I was in drag.
I love it. I love
Muppet
it. You make me
drag.
frog here.
Yeah, no, because I wanted to be Miss Piggy so bad, but
Yeah.
my grandmother could not find a Miss Piggy costume, so she got a Kermit one, and I was pissed.
Oh, no.
But of course I wore it. Like I was like, of course I'm gonna
Yeah.
wear this costume. And I look back on that now, and I'm just like, this speaks to who I am as a person. Like that my first Halloween costume was Kermit. I love
Love
it.
that. Love that.
So do you have any, projects coming up, like, that are coming out or that you're about to work on?
Oh, goodness. So we talked about the, Monsters Among Us. So the reason why, there's is not being shown publicly yet is it's going through the festival circuit first, and then he'll put it out there. And I know he's doing some physical copies through Jason directly.
Mhm.
So there's that. But a friend of ours, I also played a non speaking role pantomime. I was a clown in it. And it's another short by Matt DeLewis from Shadow Fame Productions. And that is also hitting the festival circuit. And should be available later this fall. So I'm really excited to see that one. And I am starting to get booked for 2027. Yay!
It feels so good, doesn't it?
It's I never thought that I would be saying, "Oh, hey, I'm starting to fill up my schedule for next year." Like, I'm always like, "Oh, maybe I'll fit, like, one thing in next year. We'll see what happens," and the fact that it's starting to get booked now, like, I can't complain, but, the one I can mention is, Daryl Hook's, Whoop Whoop Stab Stab, where I get to
Yes.
play Calliope, and then the other one we can announce later,
Okay.
but, it'll be worth the wait. It'll be worth the wait.
That's exciting. I'm
Yeah.
so happy for you. You're such a well-rounded actor. Like you can and I say actor because I want it to be gender neutral because you can literally play any gender, obviously, and you're very realistic in your delivery, which I feel like I'm very campy, and so, like, lately, I've been trying to be more, realistic in my deliveries and stuff, so I just love the way that you approach each character. Even in Peaches, it seemed very natural.
Oh,
I
well, thank you.
No,
Thank you.
I think you're an amazing actor, and I can't wait to see more of your stuff. So I didn't get to see the one movie that I wanted to see was Killer Camp Out 2.
Yeah.
So tell me about that because we should have everybody watch it. It's on Tubi.
Oh, yeah, it's on Tubi, guys. Come on. If you haven't seen it yet, you should watch it. If you like slashers that are in like the early 90s and there's, delinquent, older teens that may or may not fornicate and get murdered, come on. But no, it is very much like your early 90s camp slasher film. It does have supernatural tones to it.
I love that.
Um, yes, you do not have to watch the first one to hop into the second one. The second one buttons up the plot of the first to fill you in very well, and it doesn't feel drawn out. But no, this project is definitely in my top fives of anything I've ever done. The cast and crew, it was just a very organic performance from everybody. There's a lot of familiar names in it from Angel Bradford. We've got Morgan Thompson, we got Tim Hale, we got Shonda Rowlings, we've got just so many talented individuals. And yeah, like, it's got good laughs, and it's got good kills, and yeah,
And
it was a fun one.
who's the director? Is it
It's
Brad?
Brad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought so.
It's another Brad, he just can't get rid of my ass, but no, he definitely this was a very, well done performance, and he did well with, the casting, and yeah, it's the best way of saying it, if you like slashers, if you like that 90s feel, if you like, some cheese with your horror,
I love some
um,
cheese. I'm
you love
lactose
some cheese.
intolerant, so I can't eat the real cheese, but I can enjoy
Baby,
the
pop a
cheese.
lactate and enjoy the
They
ride.
don't work for me, buddy. Like I don't know. Like I've literally taken because my friend was like, "Oh no, you got to take like triple the dose." So I tried that, and then
Oh.
a company online it's called the Dairy Pill. They reached out to me and they were like, "We saw that you have lactose intolerance." I don't know how they saw this. I guess I talked about it online, and they're like, "We want to offer you our product and have you try it." So my stupid ass, like I go and try this. They're like, it's like as strong as like 10 lactates or something. So I go and I take it, right? And I
Yeah.
go to, of course, I'm gonna get some fettuccine Alfredo sauce. So I guess
Yeah.
it's just Alfredo sauce. The fettuccine is the pasta, right?
Yeah, but I mean, hey, however you want it Alfredo, it could be fettuccine, do your thing, boo.
Well, the Alfredo sauce at Olive Garden is so good. And I had like bowls upon bowls upon bowls of it because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm free. I can I can eat as much dairy as I please.
Oh,
And
no.
no, bro. Like, first of all, like the pill, like it like stopped me up for a week. It was awful. It was a
Oh,
terrible experience. And I felt so bad for the company that I was like, can I just put it in a story that it didn't work for me? Like, because I don't want to like put you on blast, but I also don't want to lie to my followers.
yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. So there's actually different proteins in dairy that you can be allergic to.
Yeah.
And so I can have butter. I can eat butter all day and it doesn't bother me. It's like cheese, milk, ice cream, direct dairy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And so I don't know what the protein is that I'm personally allergic to, but the lactate does not work on me. So I think it's something that isn't what the lactate does. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I know, like, one of my children have, it's a casein. It's the sugar or something in dairy products that they're intolerant to.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, it's
Well,
rude.
thank you for coming to the show. Like, now that I've told you all about my stomach issues with casein or lactose or something that's in dairy. Is there anything you want to plug before we get off of here tonight?
Oh, well, I think I wrapped everything. Hey, I am also, working on a little YouTube channel myself,
Yes, please
and
plug.
I will be having Jessa on soon. It is Ghouls in Your Corner podcast where, I pull on creatives and, similar to Jessa, we will take a dive and highlight projects and work that has been done by creatives of all sorts and kind of look at the under the hood to see what makes us tick and why we do the things we do and love the things we love. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
I can't
holes
wait to
in your
be on your
corner.
show. As soon as
Yes.
I got the idea to do this, I was like, I have to reach out to Melissa because like I'm kind of copying you. Like, cuz I wanted to do something where I could highlight people that are my friends because you work with so many people and
Yes.
you're like, these people deserve to have visibility. They deserve to be recognized. That's why I was asking like who did the special effects in these projects of yours? Like, I
Mhm.
want everybody to be looked up. I want them to be looked up on IMDb so their little score can go up.
Yes.
I want people to I want you to be booked fully for 2027. You know what I
Me
mean?
too,
Like,
boo. Yeah.
thank you. Like, I want you deserve it. Like, you can do so many things and you're a makeup artist. I didn't know that you could sing until tonight. Amazing. I would love to hear you sing. So let's be in a musical together.
Oh, absolutely. I can do some Disney princess vibes.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. I'm more
It,
of a straight toner, I'm not much of a vibrato, but, you know.
my voice is so deep, so I'll take the low end, you take the high end,
Let's do it.
and then we'll just mosey on down that yellow brick road.
Absolutely, but no, it's great to see that, you are, building a platform, and, that is one thing about being creatives, we can support each other and be on each other's shows, and, um, at the end of the day, we all have the same goal, is to create and support each other in our creating, so let's just do it,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. And also, Rhonda Shear gave me this opportunity to be able to do this show, and I'm sharing parts of it on YouTube, but I'm cutting out things that YouTube doesn't want to hear. And then the whole episode is going to be available on the Scream Queens Roku channel, which is created by Rhonda Shear, and it's to promote women in horror specifically. Cause it's
Yeah.
like, it's really cool the way it's laid out. It's like you can just look up people's names and then it has like a whole section of their movies. So I hope all of us get on there eventually. They're like slowly adding everybody. Like they're reaching out and programmers can
Yeah.
only do so much like at a time, but it's
True.
it's building up to be awesome. And yeah, so I specifically want to highlight women. So that's why I was like, I have to get Melissa on. Like, I have to talk about your many, many talents.
Well, I appreciate the invite. We
Yes,
can do
thank
this
you.
again.
Well, I think that wraps up our show tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us and just finding out about Melissa's world that she revolves around. She does so many things. You definitely need to hire her in all of your projects. She can literally play a lizard probably if you wanted her to. And honestly, she could probably do the makeup for it as well. So hire Melissa.
Now I wanna be a lizard.
I want to play a dolphin.
Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. With a blowhole.
All right, you guys, have a good night. We'll see you next time on the Flux Film Society. The Flux Film Society. Why is it so like tongue-tying for me? Okay, bye guys. Bye.